Now, let us have a chat about what is happening right now. And what is happening right now is the beginning of the rain bomb hitting Sydney. It's going to be big problems tonight, even bigger problems tomorrow. This is a live look at the radar right now. As you can see, the areas just north of Newcastle down to Sydney and on its way over the Blue Mountains. That's all. The deep red is the big problems of the next little while. It is going to be a very big day ahead. In Lismore, the rains, of course, have stopped. The water is starting to subside, but the horror is now starting to become obvious. This is the preparations happening in Penrith on the outskirts of Sydney today, but this is what it was looking like in Lismore today. If you could get anywhere near your house or business, well, places were completely destroyed. Now, I'll talk about this with Ray Hadley a little bit later, but some of the absurdity of the rules that are in place before power can be returned to that area is extraordinary. It might be weeks before people will be certified to be able to check whether it is safe enough to turn your power back on. This is some of the landslips that have also happened up in the hinterland area, not too far on that far north coast, as homes have literally fallen away as a result of mudslides. The expectation is that the death toll will increase, and the fear is that it could happen quite dramatically. 13 people thus far have died in these floods all over the entire country. Our focus is with everyone, and I know that there's a rolling focus of where the intensity of the rain is, but the focus must remain about the cleanup operation that's going to be there for the next little while. Here in part is what the New South Wales Premier had to say about an ongoing situation that will get worse in New South Wales.
We had the opportunity to fly over and see the devastating impacts of this flood. We know, and it's certainly clear today that as we move through this period, we have a strong focus on the here and now and the immediate, and that is to save lives and get people through this difficult time. But we're already turning to the recovery, and from the scenes we saw this morning, this recovery will not be taking days and weeks. It could be months.
And the people who are doing the rescuing will also be doing the cleanup. They are the volunteers, they are the members of the ADF, and the SES told us this about the situation today.
We've started to see an increase in calls, predominantly storm-related calls at this point in time, but we are starting to see some movement in the river catchments. So the Hawkesbury and Nepean Valley in particular, the Georges River and the like are certainly areas that we'll be watching exceptionally closely, and as required start to issue evacuation warnings.
Now, Brisbane, you have not been forgotten. We know that you're in the cleanup phase right now. The situation there has been very serious all day long. The Mud Army, remember, if you want to register to be able to be part of that, doesn't matter where you come from in the country. It's not that Queensland hospitals are for Queenslanders. Australia is for Australia. And if you want to help, you go to the Brisbane Council website where the Mud Army 2.0, you can register for Volunteering Australia. This is important because they will then tell you which part of which area you are needed. There will be, of course, some spillover into the far north of New South Wales.